All right, guys, we made it back to the ProTee booth 1 year later after winning my ProTee VX here. Not gonna try to win another one, but they've got exciting stuff to announce. They've got new software, Golfcore, which is right behind us.
Correct, yeah.
I'm here with Jamel, and he's going to tell us what's coming.
Yeah, so last year you might have remembered that closest to pin challenge that you won. Technically that was also Golfcore, but we just didn't have a name for it just yet. And we had a closest to pin challenge as well, but it was very, I guess, bare bones in a sense. Since then, what we've been working on is like expanding our game essentially with bigger and better things. The focus was mostly put on the course editor. There's not that much of gameplay just yet, but we are perfectly fine and we fully believe that we're capable of doing the gameplay. So we wanted to do the challenging part first, and we also kind of believe that the course editor is kind of at the heart of simulator software, because having that constant churn of like getting higher quality courses is very important, I think. The ecosystem and communities being able to say, oh, we kind of want our golf course in that game, and being able to do so is also very important to us.
So Golfcore is going to be full simulation software, and the course editor you're talking about, you're going to have the users be able to go in and build their own courses. They'll all be community created for the most part.
Yeah, we don't necessarily intend, like if you're a golf player and you don't want to touch a course editor, that's completely fine. We don't intend to do so. It's still mostly for course designers. We're just also trying to lower the threshold, so it might be more reachable for users to also give it a swing, pun intended.
We've got a hole behind us. This is what they're doing closest to the pin on this year. It's going to be a Golfcore sample, if you will.
Exactly. And interesting to note about this as well is that I would say like 99% this has been created within the course editor as well. We've taken maybe a few shortcuts where we're like, oh, we kind of want this in, but it's not fully doable through the course editor right now, and we still did it. But outside of that, this has been mostly like built in the course editor. So it also is like a testament, I guess, to what it's capable of
you can make
right now.
Well, let me see if I can hit some shots.
Let's do it.
Golfcore, from what I know, is going to be free for ProTee users. No additional costs.
So we're targeting a beta release at the end of Q1. That's what we're targeting at the moment. And for VX users, it's going to be free.
Completely free for VX users, no additional cost. And I also heard that if you don't have a ProTee, it may be available for other types of launch monitors.
Well, we do intend for like the full release. We actually have the close to pin challenge, of course, on the other booth. This is just to demo it for you. But so for the beta, we hope to roll it out only exclusively for VX users. But for the full release, of course, we hope to go wider to a wider audience. And then there will be pricing involved. The exact pricing, I don't know yet. We haven't determined yet.
Okay. We're also going to talk about some stuff that's new in ProTee Labs.
I'll swap out because I'm mostly about Golfcore, so I'll get Denny in. So Denny?
Okay, here with Dennis from ProTee. We're going to talk ProTee Labs, and specifically something that I'm looking forward to is the AI swing analysis that you guys have kind of been previewing a little bit on social media. Show us what's going on here.
What we tried here at the show is to present it in real time, but unfortunately the light is not optimal, so we can only show it on the video. You also need internet because all the analysis is being done on central servers, not on the computer. But essentially what it's about, it's an AI trainer which goes through all the 8 phases of your swing. You can use the normal cameras that you already have, the webcams that we currently support, and you take the swing video that you record during your game or whatever. You add another item to a separate tab, for example, Swing AI tab, just for the analysis. And when you're ready, you just, after your shot, go to the tab and click on the analysis screen and the button. And it will automatically upload the video to a central server, do the full analysis, show you the body tracking, and then it finds all the fault. It scores every single phase of your swing, gives it a number. Phase number 1 is the addressing, phase number 2 is the approach, the backswing. Every step of that swing gets a scoring, and based on that, the system will give you some advice on what to improve. And with that advice will be shown in videos. So we get a set of training videos for each phase that you can improve. And after you trained yourself, you can again click the analysis on a new video check your scoring and see if you actually improved or not. Super simple.
Yeah.
We don't want to make it too complicated because we have seen systems that are extremely complicated with all kinds of thingies, but you have to be, again, an engineer to figure that out. And we want to make this available for the normal guy in his garage. Just analyze the swing, go to the faces, look at the videos, and get better.
So everything in ProTee is very simple. I love that about it.
We want to keep it simple.
So no special equipment. You can use the cameras you already have.
Yeah.
You do need an internet connection.
Yeah.
And you mentioned lighting. Is there a specific amount of lighting, or it needs better lighting than a dark room?
If you currently have your swing video shown like this, then you're good to go.
Okay.
But if you have a completely dark environment, I would recommend to switch on the lights.
Yeah.
Because the cameras need a little bit more light to get a clear picture of your body. If the bottom part, for example, near the pants or whatever is dark, it cannot find your knees.
Right.
You know, it needs to find your knees or your shoulder or your head.
So is there a requirement for frames per second or anything from the cameras?
No.
No?
In theory, it works with 30 frames per second.
Wow, okay.
Because it only needs a couple of images. Basically, it needs 8 images. That's it, because there are 8 faces. So any more images is great.
And there's no need to like stand in front of the camera and set up so it sees your body or anything, just a regular swing video?
Regular swing video.
Awesome.
We have a crop feature, it was just showing on the video. That's also here at the show, the difficult part for this. You do not want to have any other people in the image because it will flip skeletons. And so the head will go to another person. Your environment needs to be clear, so only you in the video.
Got you. Just like nothing else in the hitting area. No other balls in the hitting area, no?
Balls is not really a problem, but it's persons, people. You don't need any people.
Yeah.
And you can see how busy it is here at our booth. You know, there's so many action going on that if we would record it, somebody walks by and there's no scoring anymore.
Do you know about when this might go into beta?
Well, as you can see, it's almost finished.
Yeah.
So we're testing it out. We are dotting the I's. I expect a couple of weeks.
Couple weeks.
Yeah. For the first beta, and then we'll see how it goes.
See how it goes?
Yep.
Awesome. Always releasing new things.
New
in
things.
beta. It seems like every month or so, every 6 weeks, there's something new and exciting coming out for free.
Exactly. We try to keep adding value to the system.
Yeah.
It's an investment. You know, we all know it's an expensive toy.
Very much so. Yeah.
Yeah, very expensive toy. And you want to get the best out of it. And we understand it. So everything we add, you should never expect any extra subscriptions or additional costs for anything. So we're going to add this swing trainer to the ProTee Labs, no cost involved. We're going to add the Golfcore software to the VX, no cost involved. We just added the dimple tracking. We get requests from users for whatever you want. We're going to add it. There's no extra cost. We're going to make the system better and better.
Love to hear it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, appreciate you showing us this, and looking forward to seeing it in beta soon.
Absolutely.
All right. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So Jamil is going to show us the course editor inside of Golfcore, how you're going to be able to create courses within it.
Exactly.
For anybody. So
I want to highlight, like, of course, naturally, it might not be important for everyone as like a player.
Sure.
So you might not want to go into the course editor, but for the course designers, this is for you guys.
Okay.
So in the course editor, we essentially have like 2 ways of initializing the course. We can start with like a blank new course, or we can load in one from LiDAR data. Loading it in from LiDAR data would give you like a head start, I guess. But first we're going to start with like a new course. Here you'll have various settings that you can tweak. We also have the additional setting of being able to add your own height map, which means that if you have like a texture, like a picture of the height data that you want to include, like import, if you ensure that the sizing is correct, then we can import that and we can just use that directly. That also means that you have like a bit more freeform, like if you have other software that you like to use to alter the height, the elevation data, you'll also be able to do so. And then naturally there's other settings, there will be more settings added down the line as well.
I've never designed a course in anything.
Okay.
What's a height map?
Okay, so a height map essentially is, if you would imagine like a top-down view of the course, it essentially says per pixel, it says, oh, the height here is 5 meters.
Per pixel.
Oh, here,
I see. Okay.
yeah. And that per pixel, we're looking towards like, oh, you can determine the resolution of your own height map. Let's say that we normally use 1 pixel per meter. If you would upload maybe a texture that has like more pixels or more higher resolution, we'll try to map that back. Essentially, it is like an indication or a way to depict the elevation data.
So if you're using LiDAR, do you need to use that?
No.
Okay.
So if you're using,
if you don't use the LiDAR.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Because this is starting with a blank course, and that just means like, for example, I could put like at 5 meters, I could put in text, and say like Bobby, and then load in the blank course, and it would have like Bobby elevated essentially.
Gotcha.
Here we're in the course editor. We have essentially like an empty course. We have a backdrop. The backdrop is based on the biome. This is where you can just create your own course, right? Just to keep it simple, the things that we need to fill up in a course, generally speaking, is assets and surfaces mostly, right? And lighting, maybe we want to tweak the lighting and everything. But those are the main components I would say that we need to add. So first we have shapes, which here, for example, if I want to add a fairway, it's as easy as like clicking this, generating or clicking multiple points, and then it generates a fairway, easy as that.
Okay.
These points are then modifiable or adjustable afterwards as well. And then in terms of like assets, we have a quite extensive library already. So for example, if I would grab a building, I like to go into the barns. I like to grab a barn or something and maybe a farm. So these assets are placeable. They're placeable like manually through the content browser. But what our goal is to also have various tools available to make it easier for the course designer. So rather than placing each individual asset, we have like a painting tool. So here you see that you have like a palette. And I'm just going to go into the forest and maybe some trees. And I've picked specific ones quite a lot, so I'm going to use others.
So this is totally creating a course from complete scratch.
Yeah, that's what this is, yeah.
Okay,
So
and then the other option would be starting with LiDAR data, and I heard that you guys actually have the LiDAR data available within here, is that right?
yeah, so
to start with?
I do know that I have had some issues here on the PGA with my internet connection.
Gotcha.
But I can quickly check if I do have the LiDAR data available.
But normally, someone could come in here, find the LiDAR data for their local course, and then start building on top of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So that'd be the easier way, right?
Yeah. I mean, like the LiDAR data maybe, so if you have your own, so sadly it isn't loading in. So the closest to pin map that we have is technically also created in the course editor, as I mentioned. So what I could do is maybe load that in. So here we're cheating, and there we see that we have abandoned trails. So this will just load up that course that we had with the closest to pin, but in the editor context.
Gotcha.
So it's essentially the same as if you would load it in with LiDAR data. You would roughly get about like the same data. The only thing is this has been modified to better represent the course.
Very cool.
Yeah, thank you. We've been hard at work, and as I mentioned, like this has been like a big priority for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here, I'm just going to take the shots. So
now Golfcore is designed in, or using the Unreal 5 engine, graphics engine?
Exactly. So you might recognize this with your previous shots being taken.
Yeah.
So, but the difference here is now it's fully editable. So I have the splines and everything. I can adjust the points, and there's also like settings to adjust the time of day, for example.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now question, if someone designs a course, does it automatically become public within Golfcore so everyone else can play it?
So there's two types of like saving. There's saving and publishing.
Okay.
Saving is stored on the back end, but it's only available to you, like your account. And then publishing is making it available to everyone else.
Very cool.
And there is also some like conditions. So for example, here we check like if a hole is playable, and all the holes that you have activated need to be playable in like a playable state before it can be published.
Gotcha.
So that way we ensure that if it's published, it's also playable.
Yeah.
So that the players don't get confused by like half-created courses.
Cool. Yeah, so this is a very important part of the Golfcore software that's coming soon. Do we have a release date for the beta?
Yeah, beta is Q1, end of Q1.
End of
It's most
Q1
likely,
this year.
yeah. So that's the target for us. We'll definitely make sure that we cross our T's and dots our I's.
Yeah.
We'll make sure that it's like in a solid state before we release it. But the beta is still like I would even say that the release is just the beginning, because just like ProTee's Labs, we intend to like continuously iterate upon it and build it out, flesh it out even more. So yeah, you can imagine the beta being, we just want to showcase the fundamentals, put it in your guys' hands, and then grab the feedback that you guys can give us.
And then go from there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Appreciate you giving us the behind the scenes look a little bit of what is going to be coming in the course builder. Going to be super important to have this course editor, because the whole community can put more courses out faster than you guys alone could ever do.
Yeah, exactly. And we've seen how creative the community can get with course creation. and as well the quality that they can provide. So
Very cool. Well, ProTee users, be on the lookout for this coming end of Q1, and everything else good from ProTee. Appreciate it.
yeah, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.